Hey guys, Mrs. Shaheen again. I wanted to do a little update of our container garden I did last week because our plants are really coming along and I wanted you guys to be able to see this. These are the green beans we planted, growing beautifully. Our broccoli, coming up nicely. Our tomato plants in 2 buckets. And that's the little wild pumpkin we assume is a pumpkin growing by itself. Our squash. Look how beautiful these green beans are growing. Riker's little plants came up too. You see his little flower buckets are full. Corn doing well. These are going to be sweet peas. Riker loves sweet peas. Everything is going so nicely. This is our squash. Cucumbers are finally coming up. I'm sorry, not cucumbers, cantaloupe. Cantaloupe are coming up. Cucumbers are still growing nicely. And our pallet garden. I'm so excited about the pallet garden because the pallet garden plants are coming up nicely. This is the lettuce. I'm making a video. You can see the cauliflower coming up. And our lettuces are coming up. So that's really exciting. Those are tiny plants, so we don't see them grow as significantly as we do with the viney things like the watermelon, cucumber, and cantaloupe. This is our watermelon. We planted this, and I'm not even sure what it's going to turn out to be. But I need to go water them because they're looking kind of sick. We had really bad weather this weekend. So we did not get to take care of the plants that had not been planted yet. Those were not planted, and I just planted those today, so I'm going to need to water them. Also, what I had to do with the containers is I had to add some additional soil because that hard rain, stormy weather we had compacted the soil greatly. So it smushed it down a lot. So I added more soil to most of the containers. I also today filled our bed that I had made last week. I filled the bed and we planted kidney beans or red beans, black eyed peas, and bell peppers. And I also used what I had. I had a cinder block. So I also used that. Not come up yet because I just did that today. I planted in that some bell peppers. And I used just the seeds I had from bell peppers that I bought at the store. The yellow, green, and orange because those are my favorite. Not a huge fan of bell peppers, but I like the colored ones. I don't like the green so much, but I like the colored one because they had a nice sweet flavor. One other thing I planted is gourds. And I planted the gourds in a container. 2 nice plants. And I planted it by the trellis. And what I'm hoping is going to happen is as the gourds grow, they're going to grow and we're going to make sure we're going to tease them through the wood slat so that they can grow in there, and it goes all the way through the top to where when they start making gourds, it'll be a nice covered area for them to hang from, and it makes it really, really neat. So make sure if you planted a container garden with us that you are checking it. Check it daily. Remember, containers dry out a whole lot quicker than in the ground. Even though we had tons of rain on Saturday, was it Saturday? On Saturday, my plants were dried out today on Monday. So I had to come water them all again today. I had to add more soil. So you don't want to just plant it and forget it, guys. You want to check your stuff daily to see if it needs additional water, soil. I'm going to get fertilizer because I noticed some of our squash weren't as green as I liked them. But it looks like they're perking up a little bit. But you can see some of them leaves are looking slightly yellowish. We don't want yellow. Yellow is not a good sign. We want green on all of these crops. So we want to make sure that we are following up, paying attention to our crops, and giving them everything they need. Remember, when you plant any plant, we need oxygen, which we're getting, nutrients. Those nutrients come from our soil. And if our squash are not getting enough nutrients or the type of nutrients they need, we need to provide them that. So we're going to get some sort of fertilizer to help them out. We also need sunlight, which obviously there's plenty of it right now. And most days we have a nice amount of sunlight here. and we need water, and that's where we come in. We had the good rain, so I didn't water Saturday and Sunday because the rain watered them on Saturday and it was still wet enough on Sunday. But here we are on Monday needing to water again. So make sure you take care of your plants. Keep me posted.